Sound like a beach. Well, close your legs, you know what I'm saying?
Break some shit.
But you're so new because I already 14 on there.
Wow. Yeah, that's why I got premium edition. Wow. I got premium edition Lavender Dreams for your ass. Yeah. Absolutely.
Keep going.
All right, well, we ready. Let's get it. Y'all ready?
Yeah, we ready.
You ready? Ready?
Yeah.
All right, well. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2.
Watch that shit.
Yeah, shit.
I mean, yo, this is Wise. The Sixth Element with Hip Hop and Sociology. Collage.
You missed me.
Live. Wise.
Boy, silence.
Bredo.
And Tiffany.
And then behind the camera, we got.
A-game.
You know what I mean? And come through, bro. Sheeps and Wolves in the building, bro. You know what I'm saying? You see the garments. You feel me? Know your pack. Look at this design right here. That's crazy, right? That's a vibe right here, bro. Shout out to Sheeps and Wolves, man. That's my brother right there. You already know.
If you're on the hip, get hit, tap in.
Tap in, bro. Hey, man. Yeah, I know it's been a long ass time, bro, since we've been, you know what I mean, in person. You know what I mean? Like virtual episodes, bro. It was torture, bro.
It wasn't too bad.
It was bad.
It wasn't too bad for you. Your ass ain't never.
I hated it.
You was never there,
Hated
Will.
it, bro.
You know what I mean? Like Bradley was like, yo, when we gonna be in person again? You know what I mean? Like Tiff was like,
Is what it is.
Will is like,
It's convenient.
Will said, I'm a father of 15.
you know what I'm saying? You're like, hold on, let me get my point out.
I can't risk.
Yo, hey, man, when I tell you about jumping on that's you, bro.
Yo.
You feel me?
Ew.
Dog. A-game, man. Salute. A-game probably wish that
Go.
we were still doing virtual, dog.
Go.
Like doing that work,
A-game
bro.
tired of
Shout out
y'all
to
ass.
A-game, bro.
He definitely is, bro.
He's really tired.
Definitely.
Bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'm
Absolutely,
saying.
dog. And I absolutely understand all that. But, man, we have a lot of catching up to do, right?
Yeah, bro.
Like we could talk about what we have here. I mean, it's kind of busy on this table right now, you know what I mean? But I want to do a shameless plug before we get into it. It's only right, dog. Like we go, everybody, we've all been working in our own way, but you know what I mean? For me, like life has really changed, bro. Like, in a beautiful way. I've been making beats. I'm a producer now. I have my own spray.
Mystical.
You know what I mean? My new company, Clockwise.
All up in my
You know what I'm
drink.
saying?
No, I
Lavender
didn't because I did it
Dreams.
purposely so it went that
You know what I'm saying? Let's spray it right now.
I saw your cup.
I mean, Lavender Dreams, right?
If
This
not,
is the first hip hop
from
aromatherapy room spray. I mean, and Lavender Dreams go like this.
How it make you sleep?
Your king, your drink. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind adding my drink. It's okay.
I told
smooth.
you he did
Well,
on
it's a natural solution anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah?
What I see?
It's natural anyway. You see what I'm saying?
That's that Dr.
It's all
C.
natural. You know what I mean? Like basically my aim is to create smells that complement the beats. So like when you listen to a beat, what does it smell like? I mean, Lavender Dreams. If you hit the QR code right
Only
here,
this guy.
He was high.
Only this guy. That's my God, boy.
yo, you hit this QR code
Had
right
to
here.
be.
You know what I mean? It goes straight to my beat on YouTube so far. You know what I mean? But we're gonna get it on some official tissue platforms or whatnot. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who supported so far. I got heads who's quitting lean so they could use this to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Lupe for that. You know what I mean? So there's that. Chest Clear. Been working on the music. You know what I mean? Just dropped a single today. Probably a couple of days from when y'all gonna see this.
He did?
Yeah, I dropped the single.
Right.
Yo, me and I flow.
Yeah, I was like,
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, we definitely can hear your verse, though, at least before, you know what I'm saying?
Right
If
now?
you remember that, you know what I'm saying? Off the top.
course, I mean-
yeah. What up, kid?
Life been looking shaky, but I'm 10 toes down. I will not be moved. Readjust my crown on my voice around sound for the essence of gold. The world never heard the blessings I told. Etching, sketching, and scrolls. Why these niggas getting gas like Sunoku? Ghost you like a Libra spare, bomb me like Goku. I could have told you, but showed you how I'm supposed to go and postal. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah! All right, bro. He's different.
I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. Yo, shout out to my nigga iFlow, my brother iFlow, man. He's been consistently like going crazy. Cypher, paper cuts. I shot, Sixth Element shot that. The My Steez music video.
Yeah.
Sixth Element shot that.
Yeah.
And also, we just dropped a single today, and we got a whole mixtape that's gonna be dropping very soon. So just keep it locked, man.
Yo, Wise, you been working, bro.
Yeah,
We been proud.
absolutely, bro. You know what I mean? Like making chess moves. That's it. Bro.
That's right, bro.
Making chess moves, not excuses. You see what I did
was
there?
fun.
So I'm
Yes, sir,
done. No
yes,
more
sir, yes,
shameless
sir, yes,
plug,
sir.
bro. How y'all living? What's going on with y'all, man? For real.
Sir Will.
Yo, I'm a dad.
Yo, again.
That's it. Again. I mean, not again since the last podcast. I mean,
True that.
You knew since the last episode. But
Yeah.
dad life, school life, work life. I live a basic ass life.
Nah,
I'm
bro.
trying to get back on the healthy shit. So, you know, I'm working with Carl from C-Form. So, you know, trying to get my shit back down 10 pounds. So, you know.
Yo, shout out to Big Carl, man.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what I mean? He been big since 7th grade, man. You know what I mean? But he's really mastering. Like, he really mastering his science. You know what I mean? He's even selling cookies. I'm waiting for him.
His method works.
Yo, bro, you could lose weight eating cookies. You know what I mean? So definitely, I'm going to plug that in right there as well. You know what I mean?
So, on IG.
Yes, yo. Shout out to my bro. Shout out to the leaders out here, bro. Shout out to, you know what I mean, Bradley. We're going to go down the line right here. You know what I'm saying? Bradley, what's going on with you, brother? How you, man? I see you working on social media as well, bro. Calling things out, people out, organizations.
Yo, honestly, man, I think the biggest move that we had was the fact that we had that interview with Dr. Umar Johnson, which was pretty lit. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for that opportunity, Wise, for real, bro. Wise called me.
Shout out to Dr. Umar for doing the interview again, like building, chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all wasn't here.
Yo, that boy Wise called me, bro, when he... That boy mad.
Slap him with the jug, my
That's
nigga.
why you got the jug. So you drink before you turn up? What you about to say, bro? Go ahead.
Yo, that boy Wise called me, man.
I want to hear this. Go ahead, bro.
I got nothing to say, partner.
Man, we already set it up.
He tight. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but Dr. Umar Johnson, man, like that was a very, very like controversial interview.
I bet.
But he definitely put a lot of things to rest as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Also, you know what I mean, he did the boot camp. A lot of people had good reviews from it. It lasted from 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening.
Yes, sir.
I mean, pulled up on him the next day after the interview as well, just to show face and also connect with him because I want to, you know what I mean? I know people talking crazy about the school, but it's like, for me, it's like, if you don't try to provide a solution at least, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like,
Yeah, I see y'all.
and you know what's crazy? Though, like, yeah, bro, like, again, Dr. Umar Johnson, lit. We was building. Yo, the energy, man. This guy right here, I'm not gonna lie, it's like talking to, like, I don't know, like, he just had, like, a big energy. At first, I was nervous, because in 2014, I met this man named Jovan. And Jovan, I think y'all know him, you feel me? He had a Black Panther tattoo on his neck. We was chilling at the bus stop from Randolph. I was going home. I went to Randolph at the time. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, he put me on to like consciousness. He put me on to like all these things. My first time even hearing about these things, you feel me? He was like, yo, I want you to listen to Dr. Umar Johnson. I said, all right, cool. I'll listen. That's when I started listening to him back then. And that was like the key to my awakening. Listening to this dude every time I went to school. Instead of listening to music, I would listen to him. So to have a conversation with him, again, this was the second one. But this time, being refined in my knowledge, being refined in like what I've learned, I think it was powerful. But aside from that, man, yo, I've been making music every single Friday, Saturday. People, like, I got the team coming out to my crib. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wise, shout out to Sage, shout out to Anthony, shout out to C4. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, King of the Five.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to King of the Five.
Yeah,
too.
King of the Five.
Rest in peace to, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, man. You already know who I'm saying rest in peace to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. Why am I fault, yo? Nah, bro.
Rest in peace,
Vel,
DMX.
shout out to Vel,
100%,
man.
bro.
No. Rest in peace to Vel. Rest in peace to Vel. He battled on King of the Five. You know what I mean? He lost his life not so long ago. I'm not sure how, but you know what I mean? But condolences to you and your family as well. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Word, man.
Nah, but like, you know, album, we just working. We just trying to get more people to get on that vibe. Right now, I just want to give a quick shout out to Van Buren. They just dropped the album. Yo, like, you guys are really putting on for the city. We see you. We believe in y'all. St. Leo, we see you, King. Luke Bars, we see you, King. Lord Phyllis, we see you, King. You know what I'm saying?
Luke Bars support. Yo, Meech Bull, salute. Lord Felix, salute. Ricky Felix, salute. Giles, salute. Yo, all y'all, like we capture the essence of y'all individually.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean?
Yes, sir.
So it's not even like everyone's like feeding off of each other's energy. It didn't feel like that listening to the album at all.
Yes,
So,
sir.
man, it was very majestically done.
Yes, sir.
Perfect form, like sequence for like, you know what I mean? Like in this order. What was the joint? At track 6. That was my favorite. Girls Just Wanna Have Fun?
Yeah.
Girls Wanna Have Fun was my favorite track on the album, straight up, dog. Luke Bar- produced by Kevon, shout out to Kevon, and Luke Bar's verse on that was crazy, dog.
Yo, and last-
my brother's working.
Yo, Brad, when you dropping a tape, when you dropping something, I know you dropping, your tracks, little singles here and there.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get a project from you, bro?
Yo, King, to be honest with you, bro, I don't know.
When are we gonna get a visual?
I was talking to Alex about that. We got a plan, right?
Okay.
But first, I gotta get back. I gotta get back on just marketing. Gotta put myself back out there. I don't know if you noticed, but I haven't posted anything on Instagram in a long time. I'm not really active on social media. So before I drop a visual, bro, there's many more steps I gotta take as an artist. Because if I'm gonna compete, and all of my brothers right now who started with me in 2015, they serious. This is what they live, eat, breathe, sleep. I'm not trying to do this part-time. I'm not trying to do this half-ass. I want to do it the right way. You know
That's
what I'm
real
saying?
talk. That's real. Yo, you see, the amount of pressure that we all put on each other, like, you know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing because pressure creates diamonds. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be even more diamonds in the rough coming out of the 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yo, Tiff. Yo, me, what's going on? Epiphany. Bow. Almost fell. Didn't
He almost lost his life.
like, was it worth it?
It's the same. School. Bruh. Like 4 more weeks. And I'm free.
Almost there, you got this.
4 more weeks.
Yup.
4 more weeks. Yeah, hashtag that.
Don't get too excited because graduate school. So
Oh, you going right after, right?
You take a little break or
I have
something.
an interview next week.
Yeah.
Let's go.
For graduate school, UMass Boston.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Black excellence.
Black excellence in the building. Know what I mean?
Some projects coming soon, but I'm not gonna say nothing.
Just gonna drop
I'm
them.
gonna be quiet.
Bless.
Probably next episode I'll have some updates.
Okay.
I'll be quiet.
Okay.
Oh, wait. One more thing. Speaking of projects. Yo, I'm working on a project with my boy, DJ Lex.
Let's go.
About to drop some clothes.
He gonna leave him
La
hanging.
Finesse clothing.
Hanging.
It's a lifestyle. So,
No, now you gotta meet my hand where it's at. Like, cause you kept me hanging too long and all that. You know what I'm saying?
I would have put my hand right back.
that's why I took my time, you feel me?
Now you didn't take your time. You did it anyway, man.
Well, you know what I mean? We're gonna work our way there, but La Finesse clothing, it's a lifestyle. So definitely be on the lookout for that.
Word. La
I'm gonna need
finesse.
you, bro. X, we gonna link.
Yeah, y'all doing this on record. Like, for the record, I did reach out to you on video. You know what I mean? So we could do it tonight.
Oh, it's my turn?
Nah, that's perfect, yo.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's my turn?
yo, Lex. I mean, y'all know you behind the camera family, dog, but come on, man. The people want to
You
know
see
how
Lex
A game is doing
dressed?
too.
Alex said black to the toes, bro. He's not trying to be seen or heard.
I'm wearing all black too. What do
He's
you
trying
mean,
to
bro?
do his
Just like a
job.
little bit of white.
You gotta
Everybody
collab with
eats.
Sheeps and Wolves. A lot of sheeps and quick shit. You gotta shoot a quick commercial.
Yo, word.
Say that shit.
You know what I mean? Say that.
Come.
Yeah, pull up,
Come
bro.
on,
Alright, I'm here.
Yo, Lex, how's it going,
I'm
brother?
chilling, bro.
Word,
Yeah,
man.
man.
What's
Yeah,
been
you know,
new, man? You know what I'm saying?
Not much, just still working. I got me and my brothers. So I mean, as far as movements are concerned, I mean, definitely check out for my man Brad. Sorry, I was gonna say Brad.
Yup.
Definitely check out for my man Brad.
Ballad.
Sure,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean-
Somebody else who's not on this panel, my man Ballad.
Shout out to
he's doing
Ballad,
his
yo.
thing.
Shout out to King
You know,
Ballad.
so
Those visuals are cold.
yeah, just right now he did. We released a little small visual for Selfish. Right now it's going crazy on Spotify. It's 100K views right now, or 100K listens right now. on Spotify.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, man. He's really working and tapping on the marketing tip. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? So he's really doing a lot more with that. It's going crazy. My man King Moss. I'm sorry, Medicine. That's the new name.
Yeah, Medicine. Yeah, shout out to Medicine.
Man. It's
Yeah,
going
word,
crazy,
word.
man. I don't know if y'all know, but if you listen to, I'm pretty sure I already said this in the podcast already, but right now he's working with, who's that man? Rosa Moore.
Want some more?
Who's the man with Rosa Moore? That song.
Want some more? Want some more?
That Lucky Day. Lucky Day.
You're looking at me and I'm looking at you.
Lucky Day.
Lucky day.
Lucky day, lucky day, lucky
Lucky
day.
Day.
I've heard the
Rosa
name
Moore. He was on that remix album. They did a deluxe or whatever. So he did like a reggae remix to that, which was fire. If you guys haven't heard that.
Absolutely. I'm gonna add a clip for everybody to peep it too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he was on that. He just released another song with Kabaka Pyramid right now. That's doing a lot of making a lot of noise right now. And he's just going crazy. He got a lot of stuff in the stuff I can't even talk about right now. But yeah, that's going crazy right now. So definitely, I'm looking forward to both of those guys' years, man.
Yo, this is a
Definitely where I'm at,
powerful
so,
year for music, yo.
Yeah. So,
Powerful year, man. And you
Yeah.
play a very, you know what I mean, essential part
Don't get
to
me
that
started.
operation as well. So
Don't
you
get
know
me
what I mean? Yo, a toast.
yeah.
A toast to A Game. You know what I'm saying?
Alex,
Bringing all that
you know
into
what I'm
Alex.
Yo, we do
Just
gotta.
respectfully. Just respectfully.
Me and him have a project
Wait,
too.
disrespectfully?
No, I said respectfully.
Wait, respect.
Okay.
Yeah, respectfully.
He don't like too much hype.
Yeah. You know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just doing what I do.
I'm on my humble.
So no,
Oh, just for a fact. Yes, sir.
Right,
Respect.
yo, now I'm bringing it all together. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
What,
that's pretty
man?
much it, man. You know
Yo,
what I'm
A
saying?
Game in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yo, thank you to
Hey.
A Game, the OG
No doubt.
of the Sixth Element.
oh y'all are slapping
I mean-
hands. I'm a,
What?
yeah.
But yo, X, you should get up on
Yeah.
this, bro.
Yeah, yo, take this seat real quick, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You?
yeah.
I say that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
My
Shout
brother,
out
you know what I'm
family,
saying?
you feel me?
Ah.
You know that.
Yo,
Shout out
X,
Bradley.
let them know.
Shout out
who
Tiffany.
I know you said it behind the camera, but yo, let the people know now that you're in front. Like, yo, who is X? You know what I mean? What you up to, dog?
Bro, we about building longevity.
Let's go.
That's the key of everything. Like anything we do today has to last tomorrow. Anything past that is gonna last forever. You understand? Like we don't do this for like today, tomorrows. We do this for like our kids, our grandkids, and Sheeps and Wolves is gonna last forever. I promise you that. Like we in the building, like we ain't been producing much lately. We ain't been dropping much lately. But understand it's part of the progress. We gotta build and we're gonna continue to build. And my brothers here is gonna continue to motivate me to do what I gotta do as they doing what they gotta do. So shout out to everyone who's building at this platform, behind the scenes, in the front of the scenes, et cetera, et cetera. But notice there's consistency and we can continue.
Absolutely.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I rock your gear everywhere, bro. You're the go-to.
Bro, I'm surprised you
Clothing
came in here with that
brand,
shit all
dog.
day.
You know what I mean? Yo, I have a few garments, dog, that you you lace me with, bro, like that. I'm like, yo, I feel like whenever I rock this, I feel like I'm repping the 5. You know what I mean? And I best believe, like, you know what I mean, like knowing your story, like just building with you over the years, dog, and seeing like how driven you was, bro, like how you know, all the ideas like that's on the pad manifested into, you know what I mean, like the shirts that we wearing, like everybody eats, you know what I mean, you literally carry that mentality, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, dog, thank you, bro, thank
Nah,
you, bro. You
appreciate
feel me?
that,
So,
100%.
you know what I mean? From the 77 souls to
And for those who don't
Forever.
know, bro, in my bottoms, this man right here, this bro was one of the main people that kept me moving and kept me like sustained through the days. Shout out Will Mike behind the camera right now. You better come back to like the center. But trust me, bro, like without these two dudes, I already don't know where I'd be at.
Yo,
Like,
man.
they
Likewise.
like brought life on a high level. Sheeps and Wolves came after that, but bruh.
yo, man, it's the
He's
vibes,
used to the
dog.
time and shit.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna see the whole vision and see where we came from. But understand these two dudes, they helped mold where we at. And I'm gonna give respect to them and understand where they came from and understand where I came from. And as a collective, we brought it up.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Dog, I'm humbled. I'm humbled by that, bro, because it's like, dog, we aligned with, you know what I mean? This is not going to just last right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be forever. It's going to be.
about principles,
It's going to be
longevity.
cemented, dog. One day, like, you know what I mean? Like, my future children will see this, you know what I mean? But like, dog, like, y'all, you know what I mean? Will, X, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all fathers, you know what I mean? Like, and they here. So it's like, yo, as you do it, I see, like, the purpose.
Yeah.
And, like, you know what I mean? Just to be present. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, let alone, like, do anything. You know what I mean? So, like, the fact that it's doing that, bro, I don't undermine that for 1 second, dog. Like, yo, you know what I mean? It's a movement right now. The 5 is working. The 5
I
is
do
working,
also want to give
dog.
a shout out to Bradley too.
Word.
Along the way, like, bro kept the whole principles of the aspect going. Like, I feel, as Brad said before, he laid, like, Kenzie, Will Mike, behind the scenes, I may have laid the foundation, but realistically, he kept it going.
That's a fact.
100%.
1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%.
100% for real.
1,000%.
I'm gonna give credit where it's due.
Absolutely,
For
dog.
real, 'cause, like,
Absolutely.
Through my days, through my bottoms, I'll think about what's Will Mike thinking if I make this choice, if I make this decision. What's Kenzie thinking if I make this decision? What is Jahaf thinking if I make this decision?
Yo, shout
And
out to
about
Bo.
how I maneuver about life. And then again, it'll make me second guess how I'm moving on the principles of life. Understand? But then as life goes on, I get out that aspect, that element. My man Bradley's keeping that element going on some, we gotta be about principles. We gotta be about life. We gotta be about the bigger picture as a community, as a foundation, as a whole, on how we moving, as like through the days and how we moving through the longevity of it. He kept it going, 100%.
Absolutely,
All
yo, bro. I
respect to
agree
everything,
1,000%.
But he made it back to the culture. He made it back to where do we really root from? And seeing his anger and his frustration brought back how we gonna make this last forever so they can see through the anger and the frustration.
Right.
How are we gonna bring this to forever? Everybody eats. I bet. Some people see that, like the whole point about the brand Sheeps and Wolves is about perspective and how you see it as within yourself, inception. You know what I mean? If you come from the streets, you're gonna see everybody eats, I gotta get everybody a pack, I gotta do this going on. If you from like a regular foundation, everybody eats, I gotta make sure my family's okay.
Right.
If you come from a political aspect, everybody eats, okay, communist, whatever case may be. But at the end of the day, the point is everybody comes from a similar situation and everybody has to gain from the situation.
That's it.
So Sheeps and Wolves is about Brockton Foundation, go through every tag, establishing the 508. 508 is where we come from, and 508 is where we're gonna stay, and 508 is where we're gonna build from. 508, it's other areas, but Brockton's the foundation of the 508. All respect to all other areas, all respect, 100%.
Yeah.
You can't deny it
To the
either,
Fall
man.
River is
For real.
the other 508s. What's the
Bro, I got a whole list. I got that shit in my
Oh,
notes,
word,
bro.
break that
When I
down.
established
Yeah.
the 508, when I put establishing 508 on my shit, I looked up everybody. There's at least like 50, 60 cities in the 508 that goes under that area code. But
to keep it
point
1,000?
is,
No one reps it like we do.
But Brockton,
The 5, bro.
all respect,
Yeah.
creates that foundation behind it. When you
Yeah.
508, you don't think about other areas. You think about Brockton.
Facts.
Whether you're from Brockton or you're not from Brockton. You
Word.
gotta mention Brockton when you mention Massachusetts. And that's why I'm gonna leave it at that. All respect to my brothers and all respect to everybody. But shout out to the city.
sir.
Shout out long term. Shout out everybody that's building and everybody that's gonna continue building. And shout out being Buren. Anyone that's putting on for the area in general, keep it going, bro. Longevity is key, and it's for our kids, our grandkids, and our great grandkids. Cause I'm not even thinking about my great grand. I'm thinking about my great great grandkids. You feel me?
Yes.
That's where it ends at.
Exactly.
And if
That
not,
generational.
generational wealth's key, bro.
Exactly.
Because we ain't doing this for ourselves. We ain't doing this for nobody other than the culture, bro.
Right.
The black community. When you hear Walker's name, bro, you're gonna think of Sheeps and Wolves.
Yo, they're
When
gonna
you
be
hear Sue Front, you're gonna think about Bradley and whatever he builds along his way. When you hear about Claredonna, you're gonna think of Kenzie whenever he builds along his way.
Word. So we do it for the last name, bro.
Facts.
Not the first, yeah.
In all respect, whatever Tiffany's last name is,
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't trying to joke, but
No,
I would say
no.
the last name inclusively, but I don't know her last name.
Look,
The point is,
you wanna
everyone
say?
here that's moving is for the long term, man. All the long term.
It's all long term, brother. My brother X, man, you feel his heart when he talks, man. You feel me? From the heart and the mind, man, for real, dog. You know what I mean, yo, Porter sound like, bring your ass back over here. Sit your ass down.
Welcome back.
Smack the door. You already know.
Yo, man. Nah, but that's real shit though about like just like going hard for your last name, cause you know like time is precious, you know what I mean? And you know I'm gonna use that as a segue for like the topic, you know what I mean? What we're gonna be building on today. You know, me and Tiff, you know, you have a thesis coming up, and I think it's going to be in regards to this topic matter. So if you can like kick it off and let people know like what we're gonna be building on today, we're gonna do that.
Let's go, Epiphany.
25 pages of my life. Okay.
It's been a while since I.
Okay, so basically, my thesis is on the war on drugs and how it affected hip hop. A lot of people don't think about that. They just think about all the laws and crime aspects that go into the war on drugs, the laws and all that. Recently, with the passing of DMX, I wanted to look at how America has structured weaponizing and just abusing black people with their addiction. So during the crack era, which is like the mid to late 80s, 90s, a lot of urban areas that were predominantly black areas were affected by drugs, specifically crack cocaine.
You are.
Yeah.
People who were getting crack cocaine were getting more sentences than people who were getting powder cocaine, because
100%.
powder cocaine lives in what community?
The whites.
Okay.
So,
So this discussion is really just to focus on how America has really built for us to look down upon our people in some of their most vulnerable moments. DMX was very open. You know, he's not hiding that, you know, drugs were a problem, abuse in the home growing up was a problem, but he used his music as a way to connect to others so that others would see him and say, you know, I've been through that. I understand that. And now he's given everybody the tools that, you know, one young girl came out and said she met DMX, chopped it up with DMX about her father being on drugs, and DMX told her to forgive her dad. Yo, forgive your dad, understand that certain things they, as a addict, you can't help yourself. And it doesn't mean that they don't love you, it's just that they don't know how to love themselves. That's coming from somebody who struggled 30 plus years with addiction.
Yeah.
And on TV or in white media, they projected it as though DMX the crackhead, DMX the criminal, but we're not looking at DMX the human. We're not looking at the story of where does the drugs and the alcohol and the addiction start. And when you hear his childhood story, a lot of that time that's skipped. For years we never heard that. It just skipped over to DMX the criminal pulls over to the police car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Story's funny, you know, when he tells the story. But when you look at him and his mother's relationship, not really having a father in the home, being dropped off at a shelter and being left there by his mother with no explanation. A mentor giving him drugs mixed in with a blunt.
Yep. That was when he was like, what, 14, right?
Yeah, and you got to think about that. A lot of people, I don't have any kids. A lot of people will send their kids around people they trust, or kids will be around people they trust and they look up to. And you got people that will take advantage of people's kids and steer them in the wrong path. Now, it's great that he had a longevity in music, and he made songs that were very uplifting to people going through those situations. But then we got to look at some grown-ass man took advantage of this dude as a kid and put him on a path that, you know, the success and the fame comes out of it, but what came out of it for you personally? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? How do you feel when you read stuff about yourself? And though he may say, oh, I don't give a fuck about what people got to say, at some point you got to say and give a fuck about everybody saying on TV you're a crackhead.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Addiction is what do you call it? It's like $1 billion industry. They depend on Americans to become addicted to continue to make money. It hurts me in my heart because it's just a casualty. This is what's gonna happen. And I feel like a lot of us today, we are addicted to something. I feel like majority of our generation addicted to our cell phones.
100%.
We talk about my generation, we addicted to alcohol and weed. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at like older individuals who may be going through some things when it comes to their health. They're addicted to the narcotics that they have to take in order for them to feel good, or in order for them to treat the symptoms that they're going through. And so I just feel like addiction is just so embedded within this nation and in this culture that I don't necessarily know if it could change.
you know, I think that if anything, it's going to be reinforced. You know what I mean? Like, oh yes, please, yeah. But you know, yeah, like, you know what I mean. I'm just like thinking about X. You know what I mean? So like definitely you hit it on the nail. Like, and you as well about like the industry and how like it's being perpetuated. Like, you know what I mean? DMX's life, man, it's very complicated. You know what I mean? If you just judge it at face value like anyone else would do on social media, you know, rather than kind of like dive deep, like what's your life like? You know what I mean? Okay, I know the artist, but like who's the person behind the art? You know what I'm saying?
I don't mean to cut you off right there, but it's crazy when you look at it, you know, from a color perspective, because they don't do that for us. Mm-hmm. They don't look at the traumas that brought us there. They don't look at what our life was like that brought us there. It's just, oh, you got here, you're a bad person, you're an addict. But, you know, as for the Moon Blondes, you know, for instance, what's that girl's name?
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato. She OD'd. She did a whole cocktail of drugs. She mixed like what? crack with heroin, some
She was
weed.
doing a lot.
Like she did a lot to the point she had like 4 strokes. She had to learn how to walk again, but like she got a whole documentary put out about her. She didn't lose none of her endorsements. You know, she still had mad support. She had people taking her to rehab. You know, people resonated with her. They're like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a battle she's going through. She's going through something. You gotta understand the mental that she's going through and stuff like that. But you know, with our people, especially during the crack epidemic, they weren't trying to help us. They were just throwing us in jail. So, which is bullshit.
But do you think it's our fault because we don't control our narrative?
I think it's because we have no interest in controlling the narrative. That's the reason why. Like, no. Here's the reason why. Because like I look at like Lamar Odom is a perfect case study for this because it's like Lamar Odom. You know what I mean? He just like DMX. They went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like they experienced a lot. Like we try to find forms of releases through what we get addicted to as well.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So we try to find ourselves in things we get lost in. So it's like that's what like he endured, and I think like after like okay, falling out with the Kardashians and everything like that, the people had tried they put like a narrative on him that like what I mean, like it was her who kind of made him like go there. Now, but if he was already there, he was already there. But now, if you see like he was on, I forgot which platform. I think it was on Drake Champs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But I feel like when he was like talking about his story, there's certain questions that everybody's asking him. That is like, dog, there's so many different layers to me than what you're asking. But you want to choose to focus on the drug user, Lamar Odom. Then okay, I'm just gonna feed into it. It doesn't really seem like he has. The tenacity to be like, nah, I'm not here to answer no questions about what happened in the past. Like I'm a new man. Like what are we gonna talk about now?
With
you know what I'm
controlling
saying?
the narrative too, you gotta look at it like this. When it comes to our people in a situation like that, we don't help. We crack jokes.
Right.
We crack jokes. We don't really do anything to help the situation.
Yeah, we're
we
toxic.
blast them. I said, yo,
No, it's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact.
Yo, the world could be ending, and we're not gonna panic. We're gonna make memes. Like that's real, but it's like
That's real.
When
Unfortunately.
you get a situation like Delonte West,
Yeah.
you feel me? Yo, he went from being in the NBA to being homeless on the street, crackhead. He was a crackhead. He became a crackhead. Yo, what did we do? Yo, we cracked on him for fucking LeBron James' mother, and then we laughed at him for then becoming a crackhead. None of us reached out to help, but who helped? Mark Cuban.
I mean, I don't know him personally, but it's like I wish the best for him, dog. You know what I mean?
Like this? Like, why we like this?
But it's important to know. I will say this, I gotta give people their props.
That's a good
Before
question.
people come out and say, well, I was down there helping Delonte when he was down there in the streets.
I give him $10.
There were multiple people who said they reached out to Delonte West to help Delonte West. I think the thing with addiction is too, you can sense when somebody actually cares. And
Yeah.
I feel like for Delonte West, sometimes it may be, are you here to help me, or are you here to say, oh, look at me, I'm saving Delonte West?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I feel like with Mark Cuban, he felt like, yo, this dude is really trying to help me. And he's really trying to say, like, look, I can put you here. I can get you a job here. As long as you have to just focus on helping yourself, you don't got to worry about doing no interviews. You don't got to worry about walking up to the homeless people and handing out sandwiches on camera. You don't got to worry about that. Just focus on you, trying to get back to your family, things like that. I feel like a lot of the time, people, and we were just talking about this the other day at my house, people try too hard to show what they are doing for people.
Yo.
Talk about real shit.
If I have a friend,
That irks my soul.
If I have a friend who's going through a hard time, I don't gotta put on social media, oh my God, yeah, my friend's mom died, so I just bought her 70 bags of this, and I bought her 3 roses. That's nobody's business. That's you showing your friend, I'm a friend. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people, especially in our generation, they don't know how to people just don't know how to leave stuff offline.
Yo, you know, can I build on that? Because like there's something that comes to mind that's like real fresh, and we actually brought up the brother like a couple of a few minutes back, but I seen a video that really disturbed me, dog, and it was involving somebody I went to school with in high school locally, and the reason why I'm taking it locally is because, dog, like this mindset like that people have, like, you know what I mean, I'm gonna take a selfie of myself as I'm giving this person $5 because I'm helping his life. Look, you see, I'm a good person. You know what I mean? Like, it was the complete opposite of that. It was more so kind of ridiculing the homie who is on, like literally everybody sees him on the streets all the time out here. I'm not even gonna mention his name for like, you know what I mean? Because like he may not even want to be brought up, but it's like, dog. At the end of the day, like when I see these videos, you know what I mean? Yo, freestyle for us, you know what I mean? Or you seeing shit like that, and you're in the you're in the hood, you're in your neighborhood. You know what I mean? This is what you're doing with your crackheads in your neighborhood. Then that says a lot about how you're gonna look at the world too. You know what I mean? We gotta start there because it's like.
But you know what's funny though? Media is really funny. So I don't know if y'all ever see the video of Whitney Houston on ABC with Diane Sawyer. That interview, that infamous interview from like the early 2000s, where Diane Sawyer asked her if she was doing crack, and Whitney said crack was whack. Mm-hmm. And I really sat, as I was doing this paper, I sat there and I was like, damn, Whitney peeped something we ain't even peep, because to people, as soon as you're on drugs, you're a crackhead. Mm. Whitney didn't deny that she was doing drugs.
Right.
Whitney just said, I don't do crack. And you know what's funny is, crack is always associated with black people. That's the poor man's crack.
Poor man's drugs?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows powder out in Cali is costing bread. Yep. So the fact that Diane Sawyer automatically thought, oh, well, you're a crackhead because crack is what goes on in the urban community. It's like, Whitney was like, girl, I don't do crack. Like, I mean, granted, it wasn't good that she was doing anything, but she looked at crack like, so you trying to say I'm poor? Like, I'm broke? And I feel like a lot of the time, it's not just black people who are making the structure of how we view each other. This is coming from white media standpoint that is teaching you how to view each other. Yeah. So if
absolutely.
If every news station and every television company is marketing shows about black people and racism and suffering, y'all gonna look at yourselves and be like, damn, all we do is suffer. We don't got no happiness out here, man. We out here watching them, 12 Years a Slave, all these slave movies, and we just like, damn, niggas is slaves, bro. Like, niggas just gotta. But then we don't realize that young artists like Marsai Martin are coming out and saying, yo, I'm 16, 17 years old. I have the credentials to make movies now. And my rule when you walk into my office is I don't want no black suffering. So if you're bringing me films and movies about people's mamas being on crack in the 80s, you can keep it.
On dogs, when are we gonna start talking about like the greatness that lives within us? You know what I'm saying? Within our DNA, we talk about the, you know what I mean? Mansa Musa. We could talk about, you know what I mean? Like the various, just like figureheads that we could look to, rather than the various examples of why we are in a destructive state that we are. Right. You know what I mean? Like I was like looking actually under Dr. Umar comments. You know what I mean? From the interview that we did. And there was somebody who had like that mindset, like he actually projected that defeatist mindset on Dr. Umar. Like, why don't you just quit, man? Like, you know what I mean? Our people are messed up and this, that, and the third. And it's like, you know what I mean? For me, right, it's important to weigh it out objectively. Like, this is our current reality as like current day. You know what I'm saying? We're broke. We're not circulating the money. We're not thinking we're not thinking about our future grandchildren and the decisions that we are making in the current, in today's day. You know what I'm saying? You could go down the list about the things we're doing wrong, but it's like we rarely hear about what we can do right and what we're doing right as well.
I think one of the main things, man, if I'm being honest with y'all, we gotta talk about what about society makes us want to drink. Yo, when I was like 5, 6 years old, the first thing that the first addiction that I ever really realized and saw was from my family. And it was all sipping alcohol, bro. Like, it was like the norm. Yeah. So every single weekend we link up and like, yo, they cop bottles and, yo, it's a vibe, right? I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And when I was younger, I said, you know what, I'm not finna grow up and become one of those people that, sip. Because in school they was telling us not to do that. I'm not going to become one of those people who grew up and smoke weed. I would never do that. That was me when I was a jit, you feel me? Mm-hmm. And then I grew up. And the first chance I got, yo, I started sipping, and taking pictures with it, flexing with it. So I don't know, man. Yo, what? Here's my question to y'all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't find the answer. Mm-hmm. What's the root cause of us having to seek like an outside substance to feel alive?
Validation. Validate. Like there's like multiple things that we seek, I feel. Because I remember it bringing me back to when I was in high school. I didn't burn, I didn't drink. No, I did drink Candy.
Lying
Yeah, I started. Matter of fact, like the first time I drank, I was 8. You know what I mean, I was at a party and they're like, yo,
Where?
where? Hey, Gino. It give you a little bit of Heineken, and I feel like that definitely. I feel like it's like the same effect. You know what I mean? Like you taste it, but everyone else is drinking it, so I want to drink it too. Yeah. I feel like you just want to be a part of the movement, and it's like in high school, I wanted to be a part of the movement. I was a follower. You know what I mean? Like you would build about, are you a follower or a leader? You know what I mean? I was a follower because I wanted to sip like everybody else. I was afraid to burn. I mean, like everyone else. But you know what I mean? Like they used to wild out, burn in the bathrooms and come right back into class, dog.
What?
Yo,
that was bold.
They used to burn in the bathrooms, dog. Like in the core.
No.
Yo, the bathroom in the core in particular. Oh, that's the one right there.
When I open the door,
Yeah.
you already know.
So y'all the reason why they made the demerit system that
We had it too.
We had it too.
We had it too. It's just like we still did what we wanted to
Then
do.
who the reason?
Then who the reason?
Man,
Wait. You want to be honest? You want to know the real reason?
Yeah.
Yo, we're in a community with mainly black people. What do you expect?
You're right.
How they gonna keep us in line?
Facts.
I don't know, bro.
Maybe that's it.
But
Think about it.
yo, I wanted to get back to
Why were we calling our officials, people higher than us, headmasters?
But do you know that the person who started that system was a black man? He was a fucking my fucking swearing. He was a black man.
He was an Uncle
They didn't
okay,
cuss
bro.
for 13 minutes.
Yeah, all right. Can we talk about this and why I'm not surprised that it's a black man who did that? You know what I mean? Like we
Was he the head person in charge when he made that?
so when you don't have a mind of your own, when you don't have a mind of
That person, bro.
hey yo, when you don't have a mind of your own though,
Okay. Ooh.
then your mind is gonna be used for you against your own people.
Bah!
100%.
Bah!
Straight like
What's
that.
in his shots?
No, there's no surprise there that you said that. I mean, I didn't know that, but
Bro, he
since
was
you
there at the
mentioned
protest.
it,
Remember him?
who?
He was there at the protest. He was the only black dude. He came through at the protest.
He invented the demand system.
He invented the mercy. He came through to see why we was protesting.
Ooh. He came to
That-
see
that-
why y'all were protesting because
Yeah.
everybody in
And
the
that
world is
lets
protesting.
you know off rip.
He was there.
I mean, that's it. Like I said.
He was there, bro.
That's funny. Yo, it's like, because when you go to something like that, you can't. It's not like you check everyone's temperature. Like, what do you believe in? What do you believe in? What do you believe in? They just pull up. They pull up when everyone else pull up, and they'll camouflage and they'll just play the part. But they really feel the opposite of what you feel. You know what I mean? There's no surprise there, bro. Yo, it's crazy because it's like, dog.
Be your own people.
I mean, I want to, stand on the drugs and like all that, like that. I feel it is, there's social drugs. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I don't know. There's like a philosophical argument on whether or not weed is a drug or not, or herb. It depends, but maybe it depends on the person who uses it. That's what I mean.
Bro, every single function, we link up. I swear to God, bro, every single function we link up. Niggas be like, yo, who got photos? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to smoke. It's like, I can't be. Back in the day, like you talking about Boys and Girls Club days, I could link with my peoples, have fun, chill, didn't need no outside substance. Now, bro, the alcohol is a must. You gotta have it. And not only that, but you gotta have the weed. You either doing either or.
Yo, honestly,
You don't have to have
you don't
it.
have to, but honestly,
You don't have to have
It's the culture.
No, it's like,
23, 24.
look,
That's the culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, and it enhances the experience.
yeah, I think so.
I agree with you. It does.
It enhances the experience.
What happened?
Y'all lying.
Yeah.
Wait, say what?
It does enhance it. It enhances
What enhances what? What
the
enhances what?
experience. Like, if we vibing right now, throw one up in the air, it's going to enhance the situation. We're going to freestyle differently.
You're probably gonna hear my most spontaneous
while we
classic.
talking, wait,
I don't know if that's a good idea.
while we talking about L, right? It enhances the experience, right? Kisa wakwe.
Tough, yeah.
For real,
Clan.
You feel me?
Well,
Why drink? We just doing a podcast. We just talking. Why
it
drink?
tastes amazing. Well,
first of
I have an
all,
obsession.
sir,
You know what? I have. You know what? One thing to look at. There's a lot of things to look
Do y'all
at with
want
this.
something to drink?
There's a
I'm
lot
not
of
gonna
things.
Decline, but we said. But
I'm not declining free drinks.
I feel you. Nah.
Well, I'll come out and say I have I have an obsessive personality. If it's something that really like resonates with me, like
But it could
yo,
be-
like
it-
that
it
bottle
could-
right
it could
there,
be
I
a
could get
cultural
addicted
thing,
to
too.
it, like, cause it's
I
like,
think that's-
yo,
I think that's something you
it's
need to
so
do.
good. I'll keep coming back just to get that one
But
thing.
is it toxic or good for the?
You know what I mean? It's
No,
just
no,
like-
that's the
What?
question.
But you remember too, some people's
It's the ebbs and
stuff,
flows of the
some
culture,
people's
you know what I
stuff
mean?
is cultural too. So let's make that
Especially, yo, we all Caribbean.
Caribbean
Facts. We
people.
all Caribbean.
Facts.
blunts, drinks, unless he was raised in like a very strict Christian household where all the aunties is Christian, all the uncles is Christian.
Yeah.
There was a few blunts down the street. If your cousins pulled up, y'all took that long walk and came back. Okay.
Yo,
But
yo.
even at y'all party.
Yeah.
Will didn't even come to his own party. Ain't that some shit?
Y'all know my situation. Wait, y'all know my situation.
situation was
We was in the
real.
hospital. We was in the hospital.
That's right.
So everybody shows up. I remember reading the list. I had to, Bookie, what is Bud? What is that? Bookie said, so I'm thinking like, oh, you want Budweiser? Because it was by all the liquor. So I was like, you want Budweiser? What do you want? I've never seen Kenzie drink, but she was like, no, Tiffany, like Bud. Like
Bud.
So I was like, okay. In my mind, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. So I'm like,
Yeah.
my brother probably got some Bud when he got here, so I'm not even gonna worry.
No,
I
nah,
swear to God,
yo,
all it
shout out
takes,
to-
all I saw was for one nigga to say, y'all trying to. Niggas rose like they was at church and filled outside.
Sign, yo, that's like
You see what I'm
sign
saying?
language.
But it's not like yeah, but it's not like, and I won't say that it's not like something you needed, but it's like what Bradley's saying, it's the culture we're in. It's like everybody came back in after that, and niggas was turned up, and I was just in the corner like, damn, who gonna help me clean up this kitchen? Everybody's so lit.
And it's not just black people. Cause I done hang with some white people, boy, we get lit.
Man, everybody. Listen, the cannabis industry is lit. These dispensaries are making 52,000 a day.
Say that again, bro. Say that again.
Dispensaries out here are making 52K a day.
52 racks.
What the fuck we doing this for?
Man, it's a little too late. You should have applied for the social equity. Hey, listen, but this is another aspect though, right? Like to look at, because it's like, yo, at the end of the day, like now that the cannabis industry is legalized, it's crazy because I still feel like nervous, like, you know what I mean? If I have anything, and I'm moving around and they pull me over, I'm nervous as hell because it's like, you know, they can't talk about the smell if they pull you over. Like they're not able to talk about it, but if they see it, then they can like move accordingly from that.
Because you grew up in that time where, you know, having it,
It's like now that it's legalized and like, you know, you could hold up to a certain amount, like an ounce, right? Like an ounce.
Is it an ounce?
You could hold an ounce on you, 2 ounces in the crib or something like that. I might be wrong.
You could grow plants.
We'll fact check that. Or 4.
They can't be
Thank
like,
you, brother.
It can't be packaged though, right? It can't look like you got intent to sell though, right?
Yeah.
They gotta be like in a bag.
Yeah, it got me like in a jar.
Yeah.
But now this is my question now, because it's like down the line I do see us like interviewing someone who's in the 5 right now. You know what I mean? Legal Greens. Shout out to Legal Greens. They fought through many obstacles to get to where they are. You know what I mean? It's like a miracle, low key, that they're actually there, because they're like right in the hood, like right in Dub Block. You know what I mean? Right there, bro. And also Terrasol LLC. Not sure what the situation or the status is right now, but they've been playing homie, dog. Like he needs to, like, he's been trying to like get a spot, like get a location and also do delivery services, but it's like the city don't want to make money. You know what I mean? Like these councilors and all that. Anyway,
It's not that they don't want to make money. They don't want certain people to make money.
no, straight up. They don't want us to. They don't want us to.
But even with that, with it being illegal now, to take it back to the community, when are they gonna release non-violent drug offenders on some real?
Yo, listen, that's the most important question right
They're
there.
making millions.
That right there.
You still got brothers locked up doing damn near life for having like a dime bag on them. Like, it's crazy.
To this day. Yo,
Yo,
I was building with someone who's in the industry that, you know what I mean, we know mutually. I build off here about it. But dog, when I tell you, she was like, yo, listen, I don't even feel comfortable like lighting a spliff. Like knowing that there's brothers in there like getting locked up for the same thing, who's still in there for these nonviolent offenses, right? So like we have to expunge, you know what I mean, all their offenses, like, and get them the hell up out of there. But it's like ultimately, is it up to us though?
Yeah, it is. It's up to us, because in reality, man, you gotta like take America to the United Nations Court in front of the whole world, and then literally expose all of the human right violations towards black people. That is the only way. You can't go to a criminal and ask the criminal to hold himself accountable.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring it to the United Nations, and I think that's the real solution. We gotta finish what Malcolm started.
Well,
Guys on time.
Well, okay, let me ask you a question. I want to ask a real question around that too, though, right? I want to ask a real question around that too, though, right? And it's like, do you think that would still be a solution today, like bringing it to the United Nations? Like, it seems as if the world, like a globalization occurred. You know what I'm saying? And when Malcolm X was striving to bring the case to the UN, there wasn't that incentive of globalization. Now that globalization has taken place, and the IMF and the World Banks, they have their like backdoor deals with various countries and everything like that, just to screw them over in the end. I feel like the climate may have changed, so I don't know if that would be as effective today.
Would you like my opinion on your statement?
Absolutely.
Yeah, brother, honestly, I can agree with that. Maybe it won't have as much validity as it would have back in the day, but it's something, man. What can we do, bro? Like, what else is there to do, bro? You know what I'm saying?
I'll add to it as well.
That's the king.
I think that we've seen a big response. I think the response that we've seen, if you guys remember from the George Floyd thing, from the international community, for some reason that story seemed to hit internationally.
That's true.
Like internationally, people were like, "What the hell is going on over there?"
Right.
I don't think that international media is covering any of the injustices that are happening to us outside of this country, like on a consistent basis, where it's being seen in the same light as other issues that happen in America. Like they're kind of just looking at us like, all right, yeah, we had the orange presidents way back when. You know what I mean? They're all looking at us like, what the heck is going on over there?
Right.
But I think they're just seeing more political stuff than they're seeing like everyday news story. You know what I'm saying? Like somehow that story seemed to break into the international community, but I don't think in large, I don't think all the stories that we're seeing on a national level are breaking the international barrier.
I see what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
I think that it would have some validity in that fact. One of the other things I wanted to talk about was just when you were talking about Dr. Umar.
Right.
You were saying people like with the defeatist attitude and stuff like that. Marcus Garvey said basically, if you believe you're defeated before you even start, you're twice defeated.
You're twice defeated in life, yeah.
Exactly.
I remember that.
So it's like, even in terms of us holding ourselves in esteem or whatever the case may be or whatever, nothing successful in life has ever happened without you believing that you could do it.
Right. Exactly.
Like it never happens. It just doesn't happen. If you don't think you can do it, you're just not gonna. It's not gonna work.
Exactly.
It's not gonna work.
No, literally, dog.
Like if you don't think you can get a girl, you're not gonna get her. If you don't think you can ride the bike, you're not gonna ride it.
Dog, to the listeners out there, yo, A-Game's kicking that right now. Dog, take a chance on yourself, my guy. Don't worry about you know what I mean? Shorties out there too. Don't worry about what the outside opinion is, what they're saying and everything. Don't worry about the naysayers, dog. Like you gotta focus on what is in front of you. What do you love to do? What makes you passionate, dog? Tap into it. I feel like the real talk. I had a lot of self-reflection to do because I had to fall back from like a lot of organizations and like protesting and everything like that because it's like, yo, like what are we really doing though? Like how am I walking away from this feeling more empowered than when I came in? Because I felt powerless and I felt good being around people, but being around people who's not tapping into themselves 100%. Is like there's that emptiness when you walk away from it. So it's like, dog, like those. I feel like it starts with you. It literally starts with you. I remember, like 2013, Tyree Jalon when he came on the Sixth Element.
Yeah.
Like with Joe, rest in peace, yo, Joe's World. They both came on, and he said it starts with me. It starts with you. So what we gonna do? But it literally starts with me, and it starts with you. So what are we gonna do? Like this is what I'm doing. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are they doing over there? You know what I mean? How are we gonna all bring it together? Like where it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like where it flows the most. That I feel that needs to happen more than ever. I don't agree with like the outdated tactics of like let's go out there and protest and let them know that we're saying it loud that I'm black and I'm proud. It has to be in practice. So like in practice, how will it look like when we're circulating the dollar within ourselves multiple times? You know what I mean? I copped this tea from my brother right here. You know what I mean? But he used that money to cop this, and then with that money that I use, like you know what I mean? I paid for a videography service, and then with the money that you had for that, you use it for someone else to do marketing. Like dog, like we all have those skill sets. You know what I mean? And I think that one of the major things that get in the way of it is the ego and you know, like lack of self-esteem or self-confidence in the craft.
I think it would go, to be honest, I think it would go back to some of what we're talking about today.
Right.
With addiction. I mean,
That
I think
too.
that one of the other things that I think that we didn't necessarily touch on was, you know, just the physical component of it, you know, the chemistry component of it, I guess you can say, or whatever, where, you know, with the addiction, it's not just a mental thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not just purely like, oh, I'm just doing this because it's just cool. Like, nah, it's a feeling. You get a feeling. There's a chemical reaction in your body that happens, and that chemical reaction is what it's, you know, with dopamine and stuff like that or whatever. Basically, you know, it creates the dopamine and all that stuff or whatever. And once you get that, you keep looking for it,
Right.
regardless of whatever it is or whatever. And after a certain period of time, once you start taking more and more and more and more, that receptor is worn out a little bit or whatever. So it takes more and more and more to basically satisfy you to that same level. So you know some smokers, they'll smoke a whole pack. Like
They'll run through the whole.
they're gonna sit there and just
They gonna
back to back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They gonna have another one roll while they're still doing this
until
one.
it slaps.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
man.
And that's just to feel high as they felt when they were 15, when they first when they did one puff. You did one puff and you was high, and now all of a sudden it's like 20 years later, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have 3 blunts to feel the same way.
Yeah, just
You know what I'm
chasing
saying?
that feeling.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things you gotta like. There's a what's the word I'm looking for? There's a hurdle up here or whatever, and basically you're trying to jump over it every time, and it keeps getting higher and higher and higher. So that's the same thing. I mean, it's the same thing with alcohol. It's the same thing with that.
Yeah.
Anything you could become addicted to, even food. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Sometimes it's like, yo, you want to feel as full and satisfied as you used to be. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing, you just keep
Yo, sex too.
same thing.
Real talk.
We're talking about
It's addiction.
Yeah,
That's another example of addiction.
It's another thing that leads people astray. I'm gonna be honest. At least some people astray, bro. Like,
I'm like, yeah.
because the thing is,
I'm definitely addicted to that.
because the thing is, you spend a lot of time trying to, you know what I'm saying? You spend a lot of time chasing that. You spend a lot of time, you know, you spend money, this, that, and the third thing. And you know what I'm saying? Nah, addiction is expensive. Like, let's keep it real.
I'll keep that.
Let's keep it real. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, it's
It is.
not.
It
You know what I'm
is.
saying? It's expensive financially, emotionally, spiritually,
Yeah.
expensive to your family, expensive on your time, it's expensive on a lot of different things or whatever, because you know what I'm saying, when you're chasing these things or whatever, you end up missing out on a lot of other parts of life. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, sometimes it can even cost you your life.
Yo,
You know what I
real
mean?
talk,
As
man.
like, you know, like our brother here.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the unfortunate reality of it or whatever. But that's the thing, is because it has all these different factors where you have to approach it from a very practical standpoint or whatever. And getting over that hurdle of conquering that addiction, which is basically denying yourself that dopamine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And allowing yourself to go through the withdrawal process, which is basically you detoxing from this drug. You resetting your dopamine, you know, receptors and all that other stuff or whatever. Like, basically, what ends up happening is your body has to detox from it. Like, it has to stop. Like, it's got to get it out of its system so it doesn't keep feeding or wanting for it or whatever the case may be or whatever. And that's tough. It's not a process that it's a process you have to have a lot of willpower for, and it's a process you gotta be willingly walking into.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that unfortunately it's like they're not willing to get. You know what I'm saying? Like
Help. Yeah.
You know what's crazy too?
they don't necessarily like they know that they shouldn't take this, or they know that they shouldn't do it, but they still, you know what I'm saying? It's still. They still want to do it.
I think the hardest thing is for somebody to say, you know what, I'm gonna add it. I just think that's the hardest thing. I think that's why a lot of people remain in that type of state of addiction.
Yeah, I mean,
because like I feel like there's still moments like you could like reverse your dopamine and what you respond to and everything, right? Like no longer take drugs and everything.
Yeah.
Because like for a minute, like X was clean, but there's always something that is attached to the reason why you were addicted in the first place that might come back up in your face and fuck it all up, and it's like you revert right back into the same thing. It makes you relapse.
But that's the understanding of what it is. Like once
That's
you
true.
understand the
That's true.
process and you understand it at a deeper level, it's like if you know that you can't touch this under no circumstances, there's no excuse in your brain that you can even justify that you step back into that. And that's why it's one step at a time, because every day you got to be able to have the strength to basically be like, yo, nah, I can't. Like, because your brain's gonna constantly be coming up like, yo, nah, you good, yo, you know what I'm saying? You off it right now. If you just take a little bit now, all you do is just take a little and you be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it be having you like mad, like inspired, this, that, and that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna tell yourself everything you want to say, and you're gonna be like, all right, cool. Like, yo, I just had a hard day. You know what I'm saying? Let me just reward myself a little bit. I've been working so hard. You know what I mean? Let me do a little something. Let me do a little something for me.
That's me or something.
Huh? But it's
that's
true.
me right there. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm like, I deserve this.
But that's how the vices be. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad to have a vice. But the thing is, you have to understand. Like, you got to know where you're at with it.
Facts.
And if you can't be real with yourself, that's in my opinion, that's where the relapsing comes from. I mean, that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's where a lot of it comes from, is because like you're just like, yo, now I'm just gonna do a little, and it's like you ain't. You know,
it's not a lie.
Yeah.
You know you can't do it. You know it's just like you can't, like, it's different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be able to just, you know, on a weekend just be like, I'm just gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? And then never touch it again.
Facts. Yo, you know what's crazy? You know, we didn't even say this too, right? Rest in peace to Black Rob, man.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Black Rob passed too, and it's crazy that they died within a month of each other, because they both remind me of each other.
It's been like a week and a half.
Yeah. Look, mind you. It's like
I feel like hip hop don't get a break.
But it's I look at the age. Their ages, like they you know what I mean, 49, 50, 51. These are like the median ages where, like, you know, artists in the hip hop industry die. And it's like, dog, the addiction doesn't stop with what, you know what I mean, drugs and things like that. It's like the lifestyle too. You could be addicted to the lifestyle of selling dope. You could be addicted, you know, like Jay-Z, or you could be addicted to, you know what I mean, like just having, you know, just women and all that other shit, like all combined. It's like you can't have one without the other. You know what I mean? You gotta have that too. What do you man? What kind of party is this if you don't have no prestige? Dog. Yo, but it's like, yeah, no, I ain't gonna have to. Yo, I'm gonna blurt that out. I'm gonna blurt that.
Cut the check,
and also my like what I say. You know what I mean? That's gonna be cut out. But dog, that like this is a real issue that's going on. And honestly, bro, I have an idea. I want to bring someone on the show who is like who acknowledges that they're addicted. You know what I mean? To like bud. It could be bud. It could be like something. You know what I mean? I'm sure. Unfortunately, I'm sure that we all know someone. Unfortunately, we all know someone who should be in that seat. You know what I mean? But just to talk about it, because it's like, for me, I still have questions around it. I still don't have a full grasp of it. I know my addictions. Like, you know what I mean? I know my addictions for sure, and things that, like, I'm like, yo, because I be trying to front. I be like, yo, man, nah, you know what I mean? Like, yo, Bud, I love Bud, but, you know, I could take a break. You know what I mean? I don't want to, go crazy. You know what I mean? Y'all take a break right
Take a
now.
break right now.
It'll be a couple of days and
Twitching.
yo, I'm twitching, dog. You know what I mean? Or I'm like, dog, I can't eat.
But you know what's crazy? What AKM saying is true though, because I forgot who was the Slash, the guitar player. You know, our one little black savior. I think he said this is back in like the 80s when like they was doing smack like wow.
You
like
said
that-
what?
them needle drugs.
Right into the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that very
Into the
vibe.
vein.
That very vibe.
He had said like he'd stopped taking drugs because he's like yo, in the 80s and in rock music that's all people were doing. He's like it's rare that he was saying that for a while he stopped taking at the time it was called smack. And he said his girl, he was on the phone with his girl, and they're supposed to get married. And he's like, like I just felt like saying like, I feel like we get married. I feel like you should sign a prenup. I have a lot for myself that I need to protect personally. My band stuff, my music rights. I don't want you to get none of that. And she was tight because she's like, yo, like I've been with you for years, and all of a sudden now your money and everything is such a big deal. Oh. And he said they got in a big ass argument, and he was like, yo, I really just used the opportunity to be like, you should go do drugs because you're so mad. And he was like, yo, he went, and he said he called somebody, and they brought drugs over to where he was at. He was like, yeah, like, I was shooting up, and I was doing cocaine, and I was taking these medications over here. And I think it was one of those hospitality people saw him in the hallway in between the door. He had died for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And came back. And that sometimes that'd be killing me. I'm like, you was without oxygen to your brain for 8 minutes. I mean, 7 minutes is usually like when it's starting to like, oh, it's looking pretty slim for you. But 8 minutes because you got in an argument with your girl, so you use that as an excuse for yourself to say like, I want to go do some stuff that I know I really want to do, but I need an excuse to do it. So when people ask me why were you doing it, I could say you made me mad. Type of mindset, and I was like, that's something that I feel like unless you're an addict, like I was saying, we won't understand how your brain functions like that. Who's to tell what DMX? DMX probably had a rough ass day that day. He probably was tired. Niggas is on his back asking about albums and shit.
Yeah.
He probably not even. And I think the thing is too, social media and how we perceive people. We assume that DMX was mad happy. Why? Because we see mad happy pictures of DMX. That don't mean that DMX wasn't out here doing drugs before that day that they said he was doing drugs.
Yeah.
We just assuming because we seen DMX looking big, and usually that means, oh, maybe he's eating and he's off drugs and life is happening now. He's older. Mm-hmm. But he could have really just been suffering. And we've heard DMX say a lot of questionable stuff. DMX then said, some people don't want to feel happy, some people want to feel worse. Some people need that music that make them feel the way that they feel in the moment. You want to feel sad? Play that shit that make you feel sad. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of the time we use social media as a way to just look at people and analyze them at surface and think like, oh, Beyonce's smiling, so she must be happy all the time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People go through regular people stuff. DMX was even though he was famous, a lot of people said like, yo, you've never seen DMX in a Rolls Royce, in a Ferrari. You never seen DMX with 60 million chains on, like, because he's a regular person. You'll see him walking down the street being mad regular because he doesn't know what famous is. Yeah, it's cool to make money and make music, but I want to be a regular person that was wearing Timberlands and jean suits.
Man,
then he also had more kids than thing though.
Oh man.
DMX, look.
My man, he's the
DMX,
father of NBA young boy. He's the father of Future.
He's the real dad.
My man got kids, bro.
What? No, okay.
17.
I know you're not being literal.
No,
but it's like,
17.
Yo, 17 kids.
I think it's like 17 or 20. It's like 17 kids that
he got kids, bro.
And he got kids
man.
aging to like, I think the youngest
man.
is probably like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
He spread his knowledge, man.
Yeah.
He spread his knowledge and his wisdom.
But
I hate both of y'all.
I mean, y'all appreciate everybody, man. It feels good to be in the space where everyone, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
I would not to get my hands slapped.
Yo, man, I want to thank everybody who's watched this far. You know what I mean? We're gonna create some clips anyway.
Yes, sir.
You know how it go. But you know what I mean? Thank y'all again, man. For real, man. Rest in peace to DMX. Yo, thank you to Sheeps and Wolves. You know what I mean?
Peace to them.
Yo, I mean, rest in peace to Black Rob, you know what I mean? Yo, rest in peace to Tiny Lister too, because I seen a picture with X and Tiny Lister
I seen
at
a picture
concert.
of X and Pops.
You know what I mean?
X
And
was
Pops
taking
as well.
flicks.
Like there's gonna be so many.
Freaking it out.
Yeah.
Yo, he had all the hood niggas
Bam!
all excited.
Yo,
Taking them
yo, one
flicks.
love to everybody, man. And you know what I mean? This is coming from the 5 to the world. You know what I'm saying? The 6th element, where hip hop and sociology collides.
Boom.
You know what I mean? Make moves, not excuses. Knowledge is wisdom. You know what I mean?